Last time I showed you pot odds, how to price a bet and decide whether to call. And the whole thing depending on one number, your outs, the cards that win you the hand. But I gave you the easy version, a flush draw, 9 outs, clean and simple. Real poker isn't always that polite. Sometimes you've got a straight draw, sometimes two cards that might both be good, sometimes a monster draw that could hit a dozen different ways, and sometimes an out that looks like it helps but actually gets you stacked. By the end of the video, you'll count your outs in any spot in about 3 seconds, the way good players do it automatically. You'll learn one thing that separates people who count outs from people who count them correctly. Fast reminder in case you're jumping in here. An out is any card in the deck that turns your hand into a winner. That's it. Count them up, multiply by 2. If there's one card to come, that's your roll of 2 and 4. And you've got your rough percentage to hit. So the whole skill today is really just count the right cards. Let's build that up, one draw at a time, starting with the ones you'll see most. You already know this one, so we'll be quick. It's our anchor. 4 hearts, 13 hearts in the deck. You can see 4, so 9 are left. It means we have 9 outs. Lock that number in, 9, because we're going to collect a set of these. Next one, say you're holding cards that make a run, like 8, 9, and the board brings 10 jack. Now you've got 4 in a row. You can complete your straight on either end, a 7 at the bottom or a queen at the top. How many of each are in the deck? 4 sevens, 4 queens. 4 plus 4 is 8. That's why it's called open-ended. Open on both sides. 8 outs, right behind the flush draw. Next, we got the sneaky little cousin. Same idea, but you're missing the card in the middle. You've got 8, 9, jack, queen. You need exactly one card, a 10, to fill that gap and make your straight. How many 10s are in the deck? 4. So a gut shot, an inside straight draw, is just 4 outs. Half of an open-ended, that's a big deal, and here's why it matters. An open-ended draw and a gut shot feel almost the same when you're staring at them. You're one card from a straight, either way, but one is twice as likely to hit. Miscount that, and you'll call bets you should be folding. Notice the pattern we're forming. 9, 8, 4. You're already dangerous. Let's add the messy ones. This one's clean and I want to be honest about that. Say you have 2 high cards, ace, king, and the flop comes small, but you haven't paired anything. You might still win if you pair your ace or your king. There are 3 aces and 3 kings left in the deck, so that's 6 cards that give you top pair. But, big but, those 6 outs are softer than flush or straight outs. Pairing your ace doesn't always win. Your opponent might already have 2 pair, or a set. So treat overcard outs as maybe outs, not money outs. We'll come back to that idea in a minute, because it's the whole like a pro part. Now the fun one. Sometimes you have 2 draws at the same time. Here, you've got a flush draw, 9 hearts, and an open-ended straight draw, the 8s and the kings. Add them up, 9 plus 8 is 17. But wait, some cards do double duty. The king of hearts and the 8 of hearts are already counted in your flush outs. You can't count them twice. Take those overlaps out, and a big combo draw like this is around 15 outs. 15 outs times 2 is 30. You're better than a coin flip to improve with one card to come. When you flop a monster like this, you play it fast. But notice, what just happened? I almost tricked you into counting the same card twice. Which brings us to the real lesson. Here's the thing that separates counting outs from counting outs like a pro. Not every out is a clean out. 2 ways outs get dirty. First, double counting, like we just saw. Overlapping draws share cards. Count each card once. Second, and this is the expensive one, an out that completes your hand but hands your opponent a better one. Picture this. You're drawing to a straight, but the board is getting scary. Say there are 3 cards of one suit out there. One of those cards completes the straight. One of the cards that completes your straight might also complete someone's flush. You make your hand, and you lose anyways. That's not an out, that's a trap. Pros discount those. If 2 of your straight outs also make a likely flush, you don't count 8, you count 6. You quietly shave off the cards that win you the pot only to lose it. You won't always know exactly. That's fine. The skill isn't perfection. It's asking the question. If this card comes and I make my hand, could it make theirs too? Just asking that puts you ahead of most in the room. Let's close the loop, because this is why we count outs in the first place. 1. Count your clean outs. Flush, 9. Open-ended, 8. Gut shot, 4. Then discount anything tainted or double counted. 2. Turn outs into a percentage. Rule of 2 and 4. 1 card to come times 2, 2 cards to come times 4. 3. Compare to the price. That's your pot odds from last video. If your chance to hit beats that price, you call. If it doesn't, you fold. That's the entire engine of profitable poker decisions, and you now have both halves of it. Last video was the price, This video is the chances. Together, they turn guessing into knowing. I'll make this dead simple. You don't need a chart. Memorize 4 numbers and you've got the vast majority of hands. Flush draw, 9 cards. Open-ended straight draw, 8 cards. Gutshot, 4 cards. 2 overcards, 6. And treat these as soft. Everything else is just adding these together and subtracting overlaps. Know these 4. Ask, are any of my outs tainted? And you're counting outs like a player who's been doing it for years. So, counting outs like a pro, start to finish. 1. Know your common draws. 9, 8, 4, 6. 2. Don't double count. Overlapping draws, share cards. 3. Discount the dirty outs. If a card makes your hand and theirs, it's not an out. 4. Run the loop. Outs times 2 compared to the price. Do that and you're not hoping anymore. You're calculating. Quietly, in about 3 seconds, while everyone else at the table is going with their gut. That's counting outs, and I'll see you in the next one.